Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. We're talking to you guys about Tyrese. Let me just say this straight out of the gate. To me, Tyrese is dangerous. I'm so sorry. He is a danger. I don't want to say menace. Menace sounds cute. You know, menace is like Dennis a menace. He's a jokester, a prickster. No, he is dangerous. And I see why the X situations happen because he behaves the exact same way he's behaving with DJ Envy as he did with his exes. As soon as he breaks up with somebody or he doesn't agree with them, he starts lambasting them all over the internet. I'm sick and I'm tired. And I see so many people trying to defend him, saying how Tyrese is good, is right for what he's doing. Because you don't like DJ Envy and the fact he cheated on his wife, that you can't actually be objective about what's happening. We're at a point where somebody who said that God sent them, by the way, he said God sent him to go and help a couple who he didn't know and to help them get through their marriage, who's now, because he felt like the couple didn't respond with so much gratitude and appreciation for what he did, that he can now turn around and start now releasing certain information or threatening to release information about what actually happened in the marriage. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Like, yo, that's not for me. That's a character trait. Let me not say that God didn't send him, because you know what? God can use a donkey. Okay, so that's biblical. God can use a donkey. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. But that's a character flaw right there, and you're dangerous for doing that. And we've seen this as it's a pattern of behavior with Tyrese now. He's done it with his exes. He's done it with Zelly, the latest one that he's even with. He's with that woman right now. But when they broke up, he did the exact same thing. He did the same thing with Samantha. Exact same thing. First wife, exact same thing. It seems to be a pattern when it comes to people that you break up with, that you start insulting them after. You expect this divine blind loyalty in your behavior. And for me, that's a problem. But before we go any further, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification uploads. We're trying to get to 100K. You guys are doing an amazing job in the last few weeks. We're killing it right now. So I can't even ask you to do any more, but I'm going to ask you to do some more. Okay, if you're new here, you need to subscribe to the channel because we do some great breakdowns here, great content. Okay, make sure you share it with somebody who like this and subscribe and like the video, and also leave a comment down below. Do you agree with my premise so far? I think Tyrese is dangerous. I'm honest with you. Like, I'm not playing with this guy. You know, I told you in the last video that I couldn't be friends with someone like Tyrese. And this has proven it even more, because as soon as you break up, he gonna start releasing all your business, cussing you out. I'm like, what's going on here? And people are sitting on the internet backing him, backing another man, saying who God sent him to go and help. He's now destroying the very thing that he started to build. I need you to deep that. Where is God in that? Where God sent you to go and build something to go and destroy it again? I'm just trying to figure out where that is in the Bible. For those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated because streets out there are hot. Let's play a little bit of this video, and let's have a discussion about what he's saying.
So I don't give a fuck who you are, what it is. When it comes to my wife and my family, I don't play no games. You goofy. No one has disrespected your wife and your family more than you. You know the most dangerous thing about me is I know what I know.
See, now, why is it that he's now threatening and saying the most dangerous thing about me is I know what I know? Like, do you know how many things listen, you guys, if you follow me long enough, I've done TV show commentaries, I've interviewed people. I've been doing it almost for 6 seasons, interviewing certain shows and their reality TV stars. Not once have I come out and made a video and said, guys, did you know the tea? Do you know what they tell me behind the scenes? Do you know who's really beefing? Do you know that this situation, even I don't come out and do that. Do you know why? Because out of respect, there has to be some level of safe space. Whether I fall out with you or not, I'm not going to come out and start saying some stuff. That tells me we've got an integral issue here. Your integrity is on the line. Tyrese's integrity is on the line. And we're not going to use mental health as an issue. You had mental health issues before. You don't have them now at this current point in time. You're not on psych meds. So this is you. So what was on the psych meds was actually you. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I never gave him a pass because he was on psych meds. Because I knew this is the person who he is. All it did was just release him a little bit more. He's not on psych meds right now, but he's behaving the exact same way he was when he was on psych meds. Behaving inappropriately, insulting, and don't get it twisted. I understand. Yes, DJ Envy said he wanted to box him right now, but what was the context? Because he felt like he spoke inappropriately with his wife. Why not come out and actually be like, you know what? I don't think I spoke inappropriately. I apologize if I did. That's my boy. I apologize. I was wrong. No, instead, he comes out, he wants to fight the whole entire wants to fight DJ Envy and destroy the very thing that he went to build. The very thing that he keeps trying to take so much glory from, talking about how I didn't even want to even do it, but the Lord told me to do it. Now and I showed you the video before where he was on Instagram the other day, talk about how, I wanted to do an interview, I wanted to do a sit down with yourself and Gia and talk about what I did for them and what I didn't even want to even really do it because, and I was like, he's lying because you keep mentioning it, how you help them. You know what I mean? Like when I help people, I don't keep mentioning who I keep helping. I don't out people all the time. Like I help them, I help them, I help them. Yeah, for them. No. You see, the Bible says, "Don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing." Meaning, don't be all talking about your charitable stuff that you're doing. Keep quiet. Shh. But now he's out in the very person who was helping. Sometimes you got to take an L, and if DJ Envy is wrong, it will come to pass. But the reality of the situation is, you said you were called to help them. You weren't called to destroy what you're building.
About the level you took it to. I'll leave it at that. So all of a sudden, when it comes to your wife and your family, that's off limits. I don't play no games. I'll fucking be ready to shoot, stab, and kill when it come to my wife and my family. But nigga, no one has violated and disrespected the shit out of your first lady and your family more than you. And down all your kids' names, airways, bro. Because you got exposed in your living room. When I said, how convenient, you could not sit there and look me as a man in my eyes and tell me with real honesty and integrity why my divorce has been a mockery and a funny joke and a topic of discussion at the Breakfast Club. You and Charlemagne talking about mental health awareness. Are we going to be advocates for mental health awareness, or are we out here trying to f people mental health up because you're giving out donkeys of the day? You know why?
And it's funny because he's talking about how, he feels like DJ Envy and Charlemagne are meant to be mental health awareness people, but are making people donkey of the day. What are you doing right now? See, when you throw mud, it sticks. Not only to you, but a splashback hits you too. You ain't clean. So when you're talking about how they should behave, you can't then say you should behave better if you aren't going to behave better. Oh, I'm telling you to behave better, but I'm not going to behave better. Or I think you did wrong, but I'm going to do wrong too. And then expect you to be at a certain level. If we're going to talk about leadership and how we lead in these situations, when you're doing wrong, I don't follow your lead and also do wrong too. Because then what leg do I have to stand on when I'm saying to you, well, that's not the right behavior? I tell you not to tell me to shut up, but then I tell you to shut up. And I go, well, I don't expect you to tell me to shut up anymore. Well, why don't you lead by example? That's the whole point. That's why the Bible says turn the other cheek. The whole point is that if you're going to tell me about leadership, take the log out your own eye. Right? And we got Tyrese now blowing this man's thing up, wanting to blow up this man's thing. I don't know what he did behind the scenes. I don't really care. Like you said, you said you went and helped, and that should have been the end of it. But no, we're back here again. And and what I don't like is that people are messing up the story, thinking that DJ Envy came out by himself and said what he said. He didn't. Tyreek came on the show. Obviously, he said about boxing him mouth. Yes. Tyrese then went back onto the internet after the thing and said, let me release the receipts, which weren't receipts, by the way. When you actually go to it, they were not receipts. So went onto the internet after, released the receipts. DJ Envy then replied to what he said and brought Gia on, his actual wife, to discuss and say the reason why was because Tyrese was kind of flirting with her a little bit and that was inappropriate. And then Tyrese come out again twice now to say some more stuff about their marriage. You think you just leave it alone if you really believe that God sent you. And that's why I said that that's a character issue, number one. And number two, I have to question whether God really sent you, or whether it's a selfish endeavor. I have to question. Right? Let's listen more.
Your wife called into the airways, bro? Because you got exposed in your living room. When I said, how convenient, You could not sit there and look me as a man in my eyes and tell me with real honesty and integrity why my divorce has been a mockery and a funny joke and a topic of discussion at the Breakfast Club. You and Charlemagne talking about mental health with
probably our lowest point, and I cheated. Tyrese came in and really helped us and guided us through our relationship, correct?
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
And then we got to a point where we stopped talking to Tyrese. I even blocked Tyrese, and I wanted to box his mouth, as I said the other day. And can you explain to the people why we stopped talking to Tyrese?
Well, we stopped talking to Tyrese on two different occasions. Once many, many years ago, when he
And
did do
pause.
that amazing thing for us.
Because as you heard Gia say, because people were trying to say he had receipts, as he said, they stopped talking to him twice. Now, I don't know about you. Sometimes people do violations. Someone said they will never talk to that person again. Sometimes things happen and you try to rekindle conversation. Now, the receipts were from 2022. Not 23, 22. He tried to say 23, but the receipts on the actual thing that he showed us a screenshot were 2022, which was last year.
He and I became friends, and we were very, very cool, and we spoke often. But for me, it got to a point where it became inappropriate and uncomfortable, where I felt as though lines were being
He was asking
crossed.
because he's
You
asking
know,
for too
there
much
was
time.
times where I felt like he was extremely demanding of my time and of my attention.
And do you know, I know how she's not lying about him being demanded about her time, because it's consistent with this type of behavior. Consistent. When somebody's a drainer, when somebody is trying to infect you, when they're trying to get their tentacles into you, they try to seek more of your time. They try to break the relationship code by spending more and more time. Right? We saw the screenshots. He was sending her pictures of cars that he was going to buy and what island he was going to buy. So we knew that he was talking inappropriately, because I don't know why you're trying to share those things with somebody else's wife. Like, I don't go messaging my boy's wife and be like, yo, I've just made 100K on YouTube. Oh my God. I've just got a brand new car. Oh my God, guys, if I'm going to talk to anybody, I want to talk to my boy, who's my boy. Now, unless that woman is my friend before she got married, that's not something I'm going to be talking to about those issues. Tyrese was clearly overstepping the boundaries, and it was becoming inappropriate amount of time and energy and requesting he was asking for. Typical of a manipulator. It just is what it is, right? We've been there before. I've been young, I know, but he still seems to be in that same space.
And you can say that you weren't.
What you mean?
But as a man, some of the things that you said, Tyrese, deserve me to box your mouth.
Whoa,
And I
whoa,
didn't.
whoa,
No,
whoa,
no, no,
whoa,
no.
whoa, wait,
No,
missing
no,
something here.
No, we were talking because this is.
And the reality of the situation where people are forgetting and trying to act like they don't understand what happened. If I cheat on my wife, okay, I cheat on my wife. Okay, I don't have a wife, by the way. I didn't cheat anywhere. But I'm saying, if I cheat on my wife, I cheated. That's my relationship, my woman. Yeah. If you decide you want to come and sleep with my wife, of course I'm going to box you in your mouth. If you try to now sleep with my wife, of course I'm going to box you in my mouth. I don't think there's anything difficult about this. Like, people are making as if their brain is convoluted and they have no sense in their brains. As if the synapses are not snapping. Like, it's very obvious. If I cheat on my wife and you try to cheat on my wife, yeah, we gonna have a problem. Just because I cheat doesn't mean you got to get cheated with my partner. That don't make no sense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. That's a boundary issue. That's lines crossed. You know what I mean? Lines are drawn, sorry, even in the sand. Like, come on, let's stop being an idiot. Now, of course, he didn't cheat with her. They said the conversation was inappropriate. Like, he was asking for too much time. That's all. You know what I mean? It wasn't too much of a flagrant foul, if you want to call it that. Now, there's another part that came up, and it's the last part I want to read for you guys. He says, Tyrese put this post on and says, I'm aggressive, not passive aggressive. If any man were to ever disrespect my wife, I wouldn't still be in touch with him in any capacity and try and confront me 6 years later. And we've all been in touch this whole time. The only drama I have in my life is baby mother drama and divorce drama. I don't bother nobody. I disrespect no one. I'm sorry if I let anyone down for addressing this. I just couldn't let this one roll off my back. Just like all your exes the same way, right? You couldn't let that one roll off your back either. It's the exact same pattern of behavior. Pay attention, guys. This is how we get into situations with people that in relationships that are manipulators. And we ask, I don't know how it happened. He was so great at the beginning. His behavior is a pattern. Do you know what I mean? His behavior is patterned. Now, I'm not saying DMV is innocent or clean, and I ain't saying there's not more milk there's not more spilt milk in the area. What I'm saying is though, Tyrese has got a pattern, and it's a dangerous one, right? He said, I just couldn't let this one roll off my back. Y'all have fun. He wanted to go viral from threatening me and calling himself, confronting me while the cameras were rolling. 6 years of silence. Well, so which one is it? Is he talking to you, or is it 6 years of silence? What, I don't know. Anyway, now this, bruh. Real what's nigga right here. I'm not having it. See you soon. Yeah, please, Tyrese, please. Come on. Okay, let this go. And people trying to make it this is a mental health. There's nothing to do. People mocked him when he was mental health. This got nothing to do with being mocked. This is Tyrese who's got a common issue. He has a common trait of pattern of behavior. He keeps doing this. He is showing himself to be the problem in these situations. Now he's a common denominator in his relationships and in this situation. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Maybe you disagree. I would love to hear some of your different perspectives. Comment down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100K. And if you haven't done so already, you can join our membership. It's £1, it's $1. We have conversations every other Tuesday. Talk about some real stuff. Like, share, subscribe once more.